week. This week was a very, very big week. What are you watching for next week in terms of whether or not we can hold these gains?
Yeah, this week was huge. You want to look at transaction volumes. It's starting to tick up. We're trying to make a bottom. This week could have been just speculative. We have tax selling rolling off. We had some short covering going on. So we need the fundamentals, which is number of transactions, to catch up to this a bit. And if we see that, then I do think we've bottomed here and we've got a sustainable bull run ahead of us.
Hey, BK, it's Seaberg. Question for you. I mean, you talk about adoption and sort of that driving the price higher, but as far as store value is concerned, store value, I look at it and say we're looking at Bitcoin a lot of times through the lens of being an American, but other countries don't have trustworthy banking systems, don't have trusting governments. I mean, isn't that really the driver behind the value of Bitcoin over the long term?
Sure. I was talking to a friend today, and they said, well, why would somebody put money into this? If they're afraid of their country's government, if they're afraid of losing money when they could lose 25% on Bitcoin. And my answer was, well, listen, it's better than losing 100% if your assets are seized by a rogue government. So that is the use case today. It's definitely really volatile, but that's the use case today. And hopefully, as we get into the supply chain, we'll have a lot of other use cases.
Hey, Brian, cynical comment about the excuse that.
So he makes a great argument. I do think the use case is we have unstable governments that you can't really trust your money. So if a lot of people say, well, what's the value in cryptocurrency? And if you've gone through this channel, I've made a bunch. The biggest one for me, the reason I invest, is the transaction fees that banks and merchant processing service like Western Union, money sending services charge. But another huge use case, and I've brought this up before, is that, for example, if you had $1 million in Syria in their checking account, literally overnight, it was halved. The government was allowed to seize half of everyone's asset, who I believe had more than 300 or 400,000. I don't remember the amount, but that's enough to scare me. If I'm in an unstable country or dealing with an unstable government, I wouldn't just have all my assets in, for example, real estate, because the government could just seize it at any time and say, you know what, too bad, you're the enemy of the state, your assets are all gone. So if I am a very wealthy person, I do see myself holding some sort of security, with cryptocurrency, where I can basically not have to worry about it being seized by the government, and it's very easy to kind of move it if I have to, unlike an asset like real estate. So it's hard to tell if we hit the bottom. I would say probably not. My gut feeling, I feel like this is kind of like a little trap. Would probably take a little more of a dip, but I definitely would get in at this level. Even I think that you can't go wrong. I mean, long term, my price prediction for Bitcoin is 25,000, and I do think our market cap will hit 1 trillion. So it really doesn't matter when you buy. And like I said, if you have trouble holding this asset, or you think it's going to go to zero, do some research, find out why it's so valuable. And like I said, I just stated two simple ones: the fact that you can have diversification and you don't have to worry about the government seizing it, and the other fact is, we spend, I believe, just if you look at banking, it's over 20% of our GDP goes to the banking sector. So there's a lot of inefficiency and a lot of price gouging from financial services that hopefully cryptocurrencies will bring down, and that's what's going to add value. But let me know what you guys think. Sorry if I'm a little off today. I just got back from Coachella, and I am still kind of woozy. I will be sharing some videos, so enjoy those. I know it has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but hey, I just want to make this channel a little more laid back and fun compared to some of the other YouTube channels. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.